What's up, family? What's up, family? I'm trying to get this here situated. I'm talking with Marcus a little bit. Actually on vacation at the moment. Mexico out here enjoying this tropical weather that day. Yeah. Enjoying that heat also, as you see. Let me try to figure this out. One of my lines here, though. So, uh, main thing about today is actually, if you are on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, go follow Facebook because this technical analysis breakdown will actually be done on YouTube. Time screen. So, what's up? All in all, how everybody doing? Everybody like treating you good or bad or in between? One thing I learned about life: if you're unhappy with something, you definitely need to change um, your mindset, how you moving, the way you operate, and the things that are affecting you. Got it. Okay. All right. Right now, definitely on. Let me get the separate charts. NQ breakdown. So the NQ right now is looking like um, it is at a resistance level. Uh, but with still a little bit more room to run. Probably around 23.50. Where are we at now? 23.26. So um, we are seeing a resistance level here around 23.50, 23.45, and 23.50, which isn't far from where we're at now. Those two, connection should be connected to the thing. Um, but so about 20 to 30 ticks um, from where we're at now in the NQ could possibly be a top. The top has already came in, and we're just kind of consolidating before what I think will be a breakdown. Yeah. So here, there we go. All right, we should be back on Instagram. We should be back on running. But these charts here today are absolutely the market is kind of. I feel it has reached a resistance level because it has absolutely slowed down at this, and then if you see at the 23.45 level, 23.50 level, we have a turn down. Let's see, one, which actually went through. This all went all the way to 23.112. That peak there, this peak here, which led to the double top before the drop. But right here in this level, we have one, two, three, four. Not quite reaching it, almost five levels of this resistance area where we're not quite reaching it yet. Um, and I don't think we probably will reach that resistance line. I think it is turned back before it actually reaches those numbers to get a slight or strong pullback down. The lowest possibly 22,809. 22,809. We're at 23,28. So roughly over 100 tick drop. We should be expecting here within the next week or two because we need a pullback. The market has been going like crazy, like just straight up. The straight up moves don't necessarily, I mean, they're good, but it shows you once it reaches a certain level, that weakness in the market, you have to play both sides. So we rolled it up naturally um, using options, mostly on Microsoft, AMD, um, some Apple, even though we talk about the AAAs today, some Apple. Um, Amazon definitely at 200. We roll that up to what is that, 225 now or something. We're gonna go over these charts and give a breakdown on the exact numbers. But I did want to touch on the NQ real quick. But we are going to move to Apple. So let's take a look at this Apple chart. Yeah, let me zoom in a little bit. There we go. Zoom out a little bit so we get a bigger time frame. 15. We're on a 15-minute chart right now. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to the max daily to see where we're at right now. We're in the middle of the range, like literally in the middle of the range. So this is an area for Apple where you wouldn't necessarily want to invest nor take profits because it could go up or down right now. Um, Around 209, 210. The peak here before we came down was at 260. So that's the $50 uptick that could be possibly in range. And the last big drop that we had was around 170. So that could be $30 to $40 drop. So the middle of the range, we're not going to play in the middle of the range. The market right now, I do feel like it is weak. And Apple at 210. The thing about Apple, it could um, diverge from the other stocks in the market because it has been playing that range, consolidating, and actually no big upticks up or down. They could actually be a catalyst to actually go up while all the other assets in the market are going down, bringing the NQ down because market cap, the way it's separated, you got Nvidia right now that's just crossed that 4 trillion mark. But then you also have Apple, Microsoft that are right behind it in the top three. So these stocks itself can kind to outweigh and bring a happy median to each other. Say if Apple is going up, Nvidia, Microsoft is going down, the Nasdaq may only be down 200 ticks opposed to 500 to 800 ticks because you have one of the assets that are heavily weighted in the Nasdaq actually going up opposed to the other two that are going down. So it kind of evens each other out. That they even each other out a little bit, if you get what I'm saying. But Apple, what we're going to do with this, we're going to wait to see what direction it actually chooses. We have crosses going to the downside, 50 to 100 MA that crossed here. That was okay. It was a while back across. So we should be good. It actually has been consolidating under the moving averages without a big push to the upside. So that's another um, trend showing that we may be going down. We may have that major pullback in the market or a minor pullback in the market, pullback regardless. Um, Apple right now, like I say, is in the middle of the range, so you're gonna have to kind of play that as you see it. If you see the momentum going up or down, naturally with your options. You want to go and follow the trend of the market. That way you can be profitable either up or down. But right now, the middle of the range is kind of sticky. A lot of consolidating. It will tear the option contracts up. So I actually would advise to kind of just see where Apple goes from here. Don't rush into it because you're going to end up losing your money on the options contract. Delta um, will absolutely kill the contracts that you have. Okay, so now here, Amazon. See, this is one of the ones that I feel. Let me see. Let me let y'all see what we got going on here. So I can wipe on my face. Oh man, y'all see that view? We're right here on the water. It's the slight break. Oh, right here on the water. I gotta let y'all because I'm gonna keep coming out here sweating, wiping my face. Like, why you sweating like that, my guy? We out here on the water, enjoying the beach life, enjoying the environment, nature. We got to get out, tap into ourselves, and enjoy nature, enjoy our environments, enjoy the people that are surrounding us in those environments. Uh, Continue to grow and learn. But let's get back to it. Let's get back to it. So next up is Amazon. Share my screen. I can't. I'm about to go to these charts for y'all real quick. Hold on. No, this is share. I'm gonna share my screen. I'm trying to see if there's a way I can share my screen. People on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. I'm already on here, but I'm trying to see if there's a way I can share my screen so y'all can actually see the charts that we are discussing and going over some of the assets that are at critical levels in the market. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, I'll have to figure it out later. That's just it's going to take too much time. Flip pause. Okay, so let's get back. Let's get back to the chart. So we're YouTube. Follow me on YouTube if y'all really want to break down on the technical analysis and the things that we're talking about and discussing here. Go to YouTube. You can actually see the charts and the breakdown on the charts that we're giving and the levels that we're giving to give you a better investment opportunity. Remember, do your own research when it comes to investing. Um, the market can tank and go to zero, or it can go to from zero to 1,000. We never know, but make the proper investments and always do your own research. Don't listen to what I'm telling you and what I'm saying. Do your own work. So Amazon right here has kind of here it went up and went out of that middle of the range area, and actually from 200 the last 2 weeks, I'm gonna say last 2 or 3 weeks, uh, it went from around 200 to 225, and then it hit up resistance level here around 227. um, 240, we had 240, 244, 43 at the hat, uh, which isn't far from where we're at now. These levels, I feel like Amazon is one of the ones within the last 3 or 4 weeks. It's been on an absolute tear for you have a $200 stock to move up and advance as quickly as it did from 2 to 225. You have to realize that's like, I'm gonna be making up numbers, but 60 billion, 60 in between 60 to 100 billion, actually put into Amazon during this 3 to 4 week period. So it exhaled and actually went up, hit a major resistance level, and right now is consolidating at that level. Um, give or take a few points. And we have a few gap ups. They got a gap up from that 195 is where it started. 194.77 is where the gap up started, and from there it just kind of went up and went crazy. The last, matter of fact, let me see what this big was. Okay, that last gap up actually happened around 4 April. Yeah, 4/26/25 at 193. Then we went up, came back down here. We're at May 20th. Okay. With the pull back after the gap up. And then the last 3 or 4 weeks, okay, 6/11. Yeah, 6/11, 6/11. I keep saying 6/26. Okay. Let's get here. We're gonna go here. Let's get granular and go down to the where we're at. 188. So here we're at 188, 168. Here 172.23, and then we just went straight up from here to there to 226. This will be within a month or so period. Let's see. Maybe all right. Hold on. We're gonna call it a 2 month period. A 2 month period from here to there, we had a just straight uptick, and we actually rolled that up with some option plays on AMD starting at around 17. I mean Amazon. I'm sorry, starting at around 180. I want to say we got in um, on some 60-day contracts. If I'm not mistaken, you got to play it safe when it comes to options. The 0 day contracts, the weekly contracts can kind of get kind of sticky. I learned that early on within my trading process. The short days, unless you have that momentum going straight up and in your direction, it will turn against you and will eat the contract up. Once the consolidation or the up and down happens, and it just chew the contract up, and you'll end up losing it if you don't end up selling it. Uh, but for the most part, um, Amazon here at this level, I think we are due for a pullback. Um, Whether it happens now or a couple weeks from now on tariff news or war news, Ukraine, Israel, what we got going on in over there on the other side of the globe. We are in Americas naturally, but geopolitical uh, Trump tweets, Trump news, really, right now during these times. The markets during these times are kind of real volatile based off of the president we have, because the president we have has a lot of influence due to him being a um, businessman, business investor. We have a businessman slash president in the office right now. So with that being said, the market kind of reacts um, to any news, good or bad, that is given by our current president that we have in the U.S. So market volatility has been expected, and it has um, went that way since he went into office. Now, I wouldn't even say January, back in November, once they see Most was elected. The hell is this trying to come on my page? Let's see what you're talking about, B. What's up, B?
Hello.
What's up, my man?
Where are you from?
I'm sorry. What you say? I can't hear you.
Hello.
What's up, homie? How you doing? No, hable English. He just, yeah, saying hello. What's going on, dude? Got any analysis on the markets? Any analysis on the markets? Let's get these guys. Let's get these lanes up off of here, man. Any positive? Anything positive to say? No? You just wanted to join the join, huh? Okay.
Hello.
Yeah. So let's talk about the markets over there. Where you at? The A-Rab money. Yeah, I got that A-Rab money over there. My God. Yeah, got that A-Rab money over there. Oil money. You got that oil money over there. Oil money. All right, let me get out here and talk to these guys. What's up, family? What's up, family? No, I ain't gonna have to move. All right, my bad, folks. Let's get back to it. Amazon right here, middle of the range. I'm not middle of the range, at the top, almost at the top. So I feel like we have a pullback coming very soon in Amazon. Let's hit AMD up real quick before we get up out of here. So AMD here. Uh, let's see, AMD. I feel like it's also like kind of in the middle of the range. After this big run up here at $77. We bottomed out, and then from the bottom they ran all the way up here to around almost 150. So AMD went from 77 to 150 in a matter of 2 months or so, give or take. Um, these are the kinds of moves that are made in the market that you have to take advantage of, especially for your long-term investments. If you are getting these stocks at a certain level, um, and then just riding it on out, kind of like Nvidia with me. I haven't even sold yet, but I got Nvidia back around October or November of 2023, and we have just been riding that roller coaster up, right? And naturally, it's been since then. It's been like an up and down kind of roller coaster, but we took advantage of that, buying it at a very low level, and then it went to high levels around 1100, 1200 before the stock split occurred last year. Yeah, last year. So after the stock split occurred last year, we still have been holding on to it because of our entry levels. So those good entry levels, those good entry positions, actually hold and solidify you into your position um, long term. All right, so let's tap into AMD. AMD here, I feel like has had a major run up, and now we're kind of getting a cup forming. Maybe we get that handle pullback, cup and handle pullback um, on the daily. Let's see, that should be cup and handle pullback on the daily is what I'm expecting and looking for, because at these levels right here, we have kind of reached a resistance level. So, okay, and then we're going to break down to this 30-day hourly chart. So, do you see here we're like in a major channel? This is just a channel right here from here to here, up and down. We had a double bottom, fake head and shoulders, double bottom before it bounced up, consolidation with a big push up, another consolidation, short push up. Now we're consolidating again, showing at a major resistance level. These heights right here, I feel like unless the market goes the other way, we get that push through this level of resistance. If we do get that push through a level of resistance, Amazon could possibly go from a high of 147.99 to 170. We're talking about a $20 push from here to now, maybe give or take, maybe more. But I do feel like we need a breather in the market because we have been doing nothing but going up. So I feel like we should get a pullback to around 140. No, let's go 139. 139.77. If we can get a good bounce off of this area of support around 138, 139, that would be great. And then we get the lightning bolt up from there to reach another all-time high going in. After the market just going crazy during this time before we decline and go into our recession that's expected, right? So we just tapped on the three A's for the day. Naturally, we started with the NQ, the NASDAQ, giving you all a breakdown on how the market itself works. And then we touched on Apple, Amazon, and also Nvidia, three of the some of the top market makers, alongside Microsoft and Nvidia and all the other heavily weighted market caps in the Nasdaq. So make sure you like and subscribe, comment.